Okay. Health wasn't going down. Is this just a timeout card? It's just like, I feel like this is a matter of finding safe spots. Like, you're not reacting to that, it's just too fast. Great. Really? This one does not seem fun at all. Oh my. This one's at least cool. It's kind of aimed at you? Question mark? Pretty base. Yeah, okay, it is just aimed at you. I think the strat I accidentally got before aiming it down the middle is good because it always makes it dodgeable. She comes over the side a little bit, it makes it less dodgeable. Two. I want to try that. Marissa. So it's faster as Marissa. Faster doesn't necessarily mean better. This is cool. Why? Why? Some double Black Death butterfly stuff going on. What? Okay. She moved towards me or just moved down in general each time? Because it's important to know that the trails don't kill you. But the bullets themselves do. Small hitboxes though. Ah. Tiny bit of HP left. I can definitely do this. So I like both these. Jack the geothermal energy. good. That was a good one. I get it, it's a pun. This is kind of cool, but... Let's look at some of those treat or die. Okay, so it's just kind of a spell card from the stage, but it boomerangs out at you. Oh, and then there's lasers. Dude, fuck off. Now does it loop? Okay, now it loops. Ah. That one's fine. I don't know if it's good. Oh. Ah! I'm gonna try this with the sun eye. Don't know if you can like hit the stuff on it. I fucking hate how it aims at you. Like this little tab dodge does not really add to the thing. Okay, I don't think hitting the stuff on the sides matters. I could be mistaken though. Fuck you. What am I hitting? Like, it doesn't seem like the hands kill you, but... Fuck off. Like, this is a cool idea, but terribly executed. I fucking hate everything, dude. I'll switch to Zemoo. What am I doing? I don't know if homing the whole way is going to be good enough, but like, oh, she kills you too. Like, the strat is probably something like what I'm doing, but like not in the corners that I'm doing it. Like I think the idea is definitely to aim the hands somewhere where you can safely get away. Fuck you. I fucking died to a fucking pumpkin. Thought they were just for show. What? Okay, I was, don't go in there. What the? There's probably a way to get a little extra damage in. I feel like aiming it is way more important than anything else. Okay, I do think Rain was a good choice for this. So we got a couple for meleeing. At least one good one. Hug of Death. Oh. Is this just a matter of like remembering when it changes? Or just going slow enough that you can turn around. I don't know if this is good, but it's funny. Fuck you. Okay, I just teleported to where it was. He's coming. I guess this is Toho, so it's more like she's coming. More likely. I don't know what that little like cinematic was for, because it just kind of does the same thing it was doing. The fuck? It's just kind of Jack the Bomber, but cranked up to 11. I guess. Fuck, I thought I was supposed to be on that side. This thing gets very full of white light. I keep fucking moving into that. That's just kind of the hand one, but with more steps and ends up being less cool. Get some paper and write this down. Zemoo, 16, Eddie, One of these was cool. Well, I capped this the first try, so maybe it was this one. Yeah. I did this a bunch with Zemoo, and I figured it out. Not that I'm gonna, 100% remember it, but I fucking moved down into it, but whatever. Not important. 26. Ursa. These are all just like have the same names as ones in the stage, but I don't think they're the same. That's almost the same. These extra bullets, and it seems like this part goes on way longer. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. Hey Krogaro, what's up? I'm supposed to be doing the extra stage, but I'm messing around with these, what are they called? Spell card challenges. But basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to submit this game to a marathon called Fan Game Marathon, and they want the run to be 20 minutes. And it is faster than that, so I kind of want to add some of these after. That way I can also put a little bit of mulligan time in, because it's the extra stage you don't get to, like if you die you can't credit feed, so it is, sort of just is what it is, so I kind of want to reset if I die early. Let's do it. Alright, so this is the Fantastic Danmaku Festival extra stage. Basically, after the events of the main game, which is some scent was making the yokai go crazy, so we go beat up Vermilia for some reason. After that, we get a little worried because the little sister, Flandra, is prone to going crazy, and we kind of want to make sure she didn't get affected by it. So a lot of people consider these games, so these games are called shmups. A lot of people think why are they called shmups? They're not shoot 'em ups, they're more like dodge 'em ups. Well, actually, this stage, like a lot of shmups, is very much a shoot 'em up. there's certain enemies that are gonna cause problems if I let them live to shoot bullets. So if I can position myself the right way to kill them, it's gonna make it way easier. Like, I'm not killing these enemies shooting the blue because I just don't care. I'll let them go home, have supper with their families. I just want to kill the enemies that are gonna cause me trouble. Alright, here is Mei-Ling, the first mid-boss. She's got this nice Rainbow Danmaku. I will warn you, the next spell card has a flashing light warning. Do not look at the top of the screen. I would not recommend it. I myself am not really bothered by it because I'm looking at the bottom of the screen, basically at my character the whole time. Alright. Flashing light warning over. Oh no. So this character has a charge shot where I can shoot either these fireballs or lasers, depending if I'm, focused or unfocused. It is very important that I get these fireballs off at the right time. Like, as you can see, the screen starts to fill with bullets if any of those enemies live. And if I miss a fireball, it takes a long time to charge up again. So these enemies are gonna fill the screen with these lasers, but I'm just trying to quickly kill them. I don't usually let these guys live, but if they were able to live long enough, they would shoot a big burst of bubble bullets directly at me, and it kind of fills up the screen, so that's why I'm making sure to not let them live. That was close. Alright, these enemies are going to fill the screen if I let them live, so just don't let them live. This stage is a little strange, in that the better I play it, the less impressive it looks. Because if I just kill all the enemies, there's just no bullets to dodge, but that's like way harder than... It's just way harder to dodge. Nice. Mei-Ling emote. This is just a tap dodging section, and then we'll get to Sakuya, the second mid-boss. I did miss a star, but I hope it doesn't matter. But yeah, she just sort of fills the screen with knives that are random, and then she shoots an aimed burst at you. And then this next pattern is another aimed one, just kind of go to one side of the screen, she'll aim everything there, and then you alternate. Try to get a laser or two in for good measure to speed it up. Alright. So here we are at the boss of the stage, Flandra herself. So these patterns are called non-cards. They don't have a name. There's one between each of the spell cards, which are like the main attacks. They all kind of are the same thing off of a different premise. Alright, here is Rose Dungeon. I'm gonna try to quick kill this. Like that. So she like fills the screen with those roses, which create chains that lock off large portions. Eventually the roses would rush at us. We're not messing around with it. We're just trying to spam lasers and kill it before any of that matters. Alright, this attack, these red lasers are always the same, but this purple one's sort of aimed at you. So we're going to do that strat again, where we just alternate between two spots, and Patch's superior damage will kill her way faster. Now you can see the non-spells starting to get a little bit more complex, but there's only one hard one at the end. Iron Maiden is a pattern attack, but we're gonna sort of just use the pattern to our advantage and camp in the middle and just spam lasers, kill her really fast. Inquisition. Alright, this one, she's gonna sort of aim these things around us, shoot out lasers, they're gonna turn into fire and then home in on us. But we're just gonna try to camp in front of her and spam lasers. You would have to dodge out of that mess and then set it up to, it sort of just loops, it does the same thing. But it's way harder to set it up when there's all that fire and stuff on the screen already. Banquet, Philandra's going to come down to join us, so we're just going to try to aim her to the side. Get in there to get a laser in. Oh my goodness. And since we push her to the side, that way the bubble bullets spread out a little bit more. I could have killed her or whatever. We're basically trying to get her to the side because it's way easier to dodge that burst of bubble bullets if we give them time to spread out. Is I guess where I'm going with that. Alright, Night Lord Awaken, this is the bitrate killer attack. If you don't know what's going on, don't worry, neither do I. Kind of just a visual challenge, but I don't know if it's on purpose. All the glowing and fire effects kind of just don't work graphically. Victim Vortex. These pinwheels of death, I'll call them. If you get close to the center of them, they disappear, and so you're gonna have to at least despawn one of them. But okay, this is the hard one. It's usually just a couple lasers. But yeah, the Victim Vortex is tough because you gotta know when to approach them and when to go away. Alright, this is the first timeout card. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so bad. So every coffin but one gets filled with a rose, and then you just have to find it and then follow it. And all the while there's these crosses that you have to dodge while paying attention. Fuck. Well, I died to that. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's RNG how fast they spin and where it goes. So you could just get a bunch that spin at light speed and are just impossible to track, and or you can get these that are just not moving at all and are really easy. But I was deathless up to here and I died twice, and that's like not that uncommon. That attack is just kind of malarkey. You just take what you get. Sometimes you get free RNG, sometimes it just decides to kill you 5 times. I don't think it could. It's very rare to kill you 5 times, but oh my goodness. Alright. Now this attack is, just RNG dodging again, with a bunch of curved bullets. I know a lot of fan game players curse curved bullets. They're a little bit easier in shmups. You just have more routes of egress, and they're just sort of easier to deal with, and you have no gravity in all directions to move in. But no one's excited about curve shots. They're certainly challenging. They're just not as maligned in shmups as you might think. And here we just kind of get into this pattern where these roses crunch in on you, and oh my goodness, this is the other hard attack that can just sort of kill your run if it wants to. Alright, here we are at the final attack. So as I damage it, it will speed up and go through different phases. even if I don't damage it, it is programmed to just move along to get harder. So you can't cheese it. So that being said, I'm just going to try to, as quickly as possible, damage it, just get it over with. Yeah, just kind of spinning around, spitting out more fire, and these spins get faster and more populated. Oh my goodness. Oh, I do have a light bulb, which is nice. Please charge a laser. You do get a nice little break every time it changes phases. Ah, so close. Oof. So yeah. That's pretty good. I didn't clear, but you saw the attacks. So I'm happy with that showing. That's Fantastic Damn Festival Extra Stage. With a little bit of time we have left, I wanted to show off some more stuff. There are extra spell cards in the spell card challenges. Got a couple that I wanted to show off. Alright, so this is Killing Vortex. Those bats kill you, little grief thing at the beginning. So this, I'm going to spin around and make this sort of vortex that's going to sort of force me to spin with them. There's a couple spots where you can jump lanes and it kind of forces you to jump lanes. I'll try it one more time. I just want to, get through and show them all. I'll have a little bit of leeway with these, but you sort of, I just want to show them enough to get the gist. Like, these are some cool attacks that, for whatever reason, they decided not to put in the game. Usually, they're a bit tougher. Like, this one is sort of like a memorize the pattern attack, which, at the end of a 25-minute run, seeing this for the first time would be a little rough. So it makes sense. Also, all of these attacks are sort of plug and play. Like, you can just go into this menu and just play them as much as you want, practice them as much as you want. The menu's pretty bad in that it's just like hard to I can't just like go back. It kicks me out to the top of the menu and I have to re-enter it. So this one I want to try with Zemoo. So it's like pretty cumbersome to use. But that's fine. So this attack is going to shoot this aimed burst, and then they're going to turn into hands, and I'm just going to have to dodge. I'm using Zemo's homing shots. Oh my goodness. Using Zemo's homing shots to do this more properly, I guess. So the way a lot of aimed shots work in this game is it's much more important to set up the aim. Alright, one more try. It's much more important to set up the aim and be in the right place than it is to like worry about damage. Here we go. Must have been doing it a little wrong. Because this is looking way nicer. It's like I could be going to the center to grab a little bit of extra damage, but then it's just going to mess up where the hands spawn, and I might not be able to, loop them as cleanly as I'm doing right now. And that's the whole idea, is to just be able to do this infinitely, and you'll kill her when you kill her. If I didn't have homing shots, I probably wouldn't be able to do this strat, which is why I'm using Zemoo. Alright, what else was there? Hug of Death. This is a fun little one. I don't know that this is a good attack, but it is fun and funny. So this thing follows you, and then whoop, it just teleports. You just gotta change direction, and he's coming for you. He just wants a hug. Give me a hug. But no, he will kill us if he hugs us like that. Alright. That's enough of that one. Alright. This is a pretty cool one. I probably wanted to be Marissa for this. So she comes down here and shoots this out, and it's just nice looking. And then the trick is to get back to the center, because this works a lot like the banquet one for Flandra, where like how you lure her to the bottom affects how the pattern spreads out. Actually, oh, one more try. So you either want to like lure her to the left and then dodge right, or just keep her in the center works. And also in the center you get more damage, so that's what I try to do. But yeah, these there's a little bit of RNG in this. Oh my goodness. But yeah, you get it. You get the idea. Alright, let's show off stage 1 boss next. This is a very cool looking attack. You might be thinking like, holy crap, how? This is just tap dodging at its simplest. There's a little redirect at some point, but boo, I died. But yeah, this is all flash and no substance. Which makes sense. Like, this is the stage 1 boss. It makes sense why they did not put this attack in stage 1, because that would be a thing that would scare a lot of people away. Let's see if I can do it. If not, no big deal. I got to show it off. Oh my goodness, that was... I did say it was all flash and no substance, but here I am failing it. But... Alright, let's not dwell too long on that. Let's... Alright, so this one is going to be an aimed attack. These things fly out at you, and they have sort of their own gravity. So you're going to want to lure them to the side and then go to the other side. That way, when everything collapses, it collapses away from you. Yeah, oh my goodness, I just went into that. But yeah, it's just a matter of managing the bullets, because you can. There is RNG in this, but you control a large portion of the bullets and where they go. So you're just trying to control them to be manageable. A bit too puzzly for the main game, I would guess. Not that there aren't puzzle ones, but they usually come in the later stages. But yeah, the puzzle attacks are sort of a calling card or a mainstay of Toho. There's a lot of attacks that sort of just like look cool and are very hard to do, and then there's like one or two tricks that sort of make them way easier. And that's sort of why I wanted to show off the extra stage, because the extra stage has a lot more of that kind of attack. In normal Toho, I guess this one doesn't go too hard on it, but yeah, that's sort of the full Toho experience is these little puzzle attacks that are in a lot of extra stages, and there's a lot of people who, you know, just play the main game in Toho and never get to experience this, and they're sort of just missing a big part of it. But yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for the run. Yeah. Alright, that was just me potentially. I'm not ending the stream, that was just where are these emotes coming from? And you used my Suneye emote. I'm happy for that. I just added it. Oh, do I not get... I'm not on the Twitch API, so I can't see where these emotes are from. But I do like these emotes. Yeah, that might be my submission video. It like it was not bad. Anyway, let's go back to title. I might not do those exact ones, but I do sort of like those. Oh, I should probably get a Cherno one in there, but whatever. It's fine. Let's do another run. One sec. Alright, I grabbed some water. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, then I'll go do another run. Alright. Let's do this. So my commentary will probably be a lot like the other one because I'm sort of practicing for the submission / event, so sorry if it sounds a little samey, but alright, so today we're going to do the Fantastic Danmaku Festival extra stage. So 2 marathons ago I did the main game, and the plot of that was something like Scent was going around making the yokai go crazy, and we had to beat up Vermilia because she wanted to have a party, Doesn't really make sense to me, but whatever. In this stage, we're gonna go look for little sister, because she is, you know, known for going crazy on her own, and combined with the scent, we're a little concerned that she might have it too. So in this stage, I'm going to try to focus on getting in front of the enemies and making sure to kill them quickly. A lot of people think these are more like dodge 'em ups rather than shoot 'em ups, but stages like this really emphasize shooting, just like being in the right spot to kill the enemies before they can give you any grief. Like these enemies that are shooting the blue bullets will not bother me at all. I'm not going to focus on those enemies. I'm going to let them go home and have supper with their kids. I'm just going to kill the enemies that are shooting these red bullets, because those will actually kill me. Alright, so here we get to the first mid-boss, Mei Ling. She has this nice rainbow Danmaku. I will give a warning for her second attack. This one has flashing lights. Do not look at the top of the screen if you are sensitive to that. I myself am mainly focused on my character. I mean, it's different for each attack, but usually I'm only looking at the bottom half of the screen. Flashing light warning is over, by the way. So yeah, it doesn't bother me too much. This section, these enemies are going to sort of come in and see how many bullets they spawn if I let them live a little bit. They keep spawning those bullets, which is why I'm just trying to, you know, manage my fireballs and kill them before they do anything. Sort of drawback to this is the less impressive this looks, the better I'm playing. It's a little weird quirk that's common to a lot of shmups, actually. It's just like, if it looks like I'm doing a lot, it's probably because I'm playing poorly. So I hope you'll be impressed with how unimpressive I make this look. Similarly, these enemies are going to keep like spinning around the screen if I don't kill them. Not quite like that, but it gets much worse. Please charge your fireball. And that's sort of just how badly things can go if you miss a fireball and then you die, and then it just sort of cascades from there. Alright, so this enemy has a safe spot. I'm still just gonna kill him pretty quickly, because it'll make it easier to dodge. And here we're just at the last part of the stage. It's just a battery of aimed bullets that we just tap dodge. I try to start this a little off center, and it just makes it easier. Alright, here is the second mid-boss, Sakuya. She fills the screen with these RNG knives and then shoots an aimed burst of these cards at you. So we're just trying to, you know, scout ahead for a safe spot and then navigate to it. Oh my goodness, I died to the easy attack. This attack is all flash and no substance, and I still died to it. But it happens. So yeah, when the light flashes, everything just aims at you, and you have a little bit of time to get out of the way. I'm just gonna reset. Can't die there twice. I mean, if it was a real event, I would just keep going, but in these practice, I don't have to keep that. Give me a second, just calm my nerves. I don't know. I don't know what that was. let's go look for more interesting special attacks. Tried that one. It is kind of garbage. This is kind of a cool one, but I don't know if it's cool enough. It's also very RNG. Spawned next to me, and there wasn't really anything I could do, but I just got lucky, so... we'll keep doing that, but... Okay, 1, so 5. I think this wants to be Zemoo, just because, there's 2 strats for this. In addition to the spinning around, you can just sort of cross lanes. It's kind of annoying how it takes a little bit of time to start up. You can just sort of stay at the bottom and look for openings to cross lanes. And you can mix and match. You can spin if you need to, but I'm not liking this RNG. There we go. Yeah, this is... I like the spinning strat more. So you have to find openings in both lanes to do this, and then you can still just get like spawned on. But the problem with the spinning strat is like you're kind of just in your lane, and if she spawns something in that lane, it's kind of limited movement. But you can sort of pick and choose how close to the center you want to be. And you can kind of see these as they come. It's like there's a small, you can see the bullet before it like explodes, but they look, the color of them looks a lot like the ones that have already exploded. There's like a slight difference between blue and aqua. It's sort of tough to track. Also, if you unfocus, you disappear, because your sprite isn't visible, it's just your hitbox, which only appears if you focus. So you're sort of limited to focus movement. Three. I guess I'll do Sunai for. Though I guess I couldn't do Sunai when I tried. I was just redirecting at the wrong time, it looks like. Yeah, some of these affect, you know, how fast you want to tap dodge. What? The goal here is not necessarily to clear all these, it's more to show them off. I do kind of want to show a Cherno one if I can help it. What the frick? That one's not super interesting. Where am I? This one shoots a bunch of aimed shots at you, and then this ring of bullets sort of like keeps track of how you dodged and forces you to do it again. So, you know, the aim shots make you move, but the more you move, the harder it's going to be to retrace your steps. Fuck you. Kind of sucks how it like spawns so close to you. Like, this would be as interesting if it was a little bit farther away from you, in my opinion. You just had room to dodge. This might be a Sunai. It might look like I'm just sort of tap dodging, going with the flow, but there's certain like nuances and parts of the wave that I'm trying to redirect on specifically, because it's just easier. It's like a micro manipulation where I go up there to come back down. But yeah, I like that one. It's simple but effective. So what was that? 7? Um, 9 can be Marissa. Don't know if I'm meant to be out here or in there. Because it doesn't look like I'm damaging her. In which case, if I'm meant to be inside, I don't want to be Marissa. Because she moves too fast. And probably has a larger hitbox. Oh, this is a different one. Here we go. What hit me? I did not see a bullet. I get that I'm, you know, there are bullets on all sides, but yeah, I'm just not seeing what's hitting me. Is there like something else going on? Or? Are these orbs aimed at me, or are they just there? Dude, fuck you, 2 seconds left. And this is an impressive looking one, but it's kinda... I don't know. I feel like that's the thing with these like timeouts is like you come up with a bunch of ideas and they all like kind of look okay, but then you throw them all in your game and then like it's way worse because of it. Ling summoned the wagon. It's kind of periodic and like easy to remember. It's like there's like a part that like juts out, and that is pretty consistent. Like it's a function of how it's spinning. So like it sort of just like reminds you where the bullets are gonna be. You have to pay attention. Like you've dodged a bullet before in your life. Oh, that's kind of cool, but I don't know if it's I don't know that it's above replacement level. It under you and then kicks. So yeah, this is just another overproduced aimed attack. I mean, I guess. Sort of uses her mechanics from the photo games a little with the kicks. Dude, there was one fucking bullet and I had to just go up to it and then stand there and let it hit me. Does reward you for using the whole screen. I remember trying this one and having no idea what was going on other than like there was time stop and I guess some of the cards don't have hitboxes, but the ones with knives under do, and it's like it's just kind of dumb. It'd be nice to have at least one from each character. Okay. I have no idea how I dodged any of that. Okay, she kills you. Is this aimed at you, or is... I feel like I want to be in the middle. So these go by, and then these need to tap. And then that looks kind of like you're just doing a circle. Okay, that was cool how that worked. Okay, let's stay in the rice field. That's kind of cool. I don't know. Looking at OBS, it looks like Marissa's flickering a lot. She's kind of flickering on my screen, but not like nearly as bad. It's weird. Oh. Okay, she's not taking damage. Okay, so the clock is... the hands of the clock are ticking. Which lets me know where I can go and can't go. I have no idea how or why the knives or bullets are spawning. I guess the bubble bullets are, coming out at me. And I guess the knives are the cards reflecting, but... so I guess it's just that simple. There's aimed shots, and then watch out for cards and knives. I don't know. Okay, okay. Dude. That was almost so good. I mean, this is a cool looking card, spell card. Oh, so it gets to the first 15 minutes of the clock. Does it speed up or something? Because it definitely feels like it's speeding up and slowing down. But maybe that's not what I think it is. Maybe it's like the thirds or something. Yeah. Okay, you can have it tick past you, which is kind of cool. Might be worth showing you. Though it's like way easy to show off early. It is discreet. But I don't really like being stuck in this part. It's way more hectic than I'd like. What? I thought... Didn't think those would spawn new ones, but yeah. Retrospect, why wouldn't they? Uh, 21. I mean, 21 isn't a star, because I could beat anyone, but I feel like there's very little reason to be Sun-Eye in a lot of these. Yo, what the fuck? This does not look fun at all. I click it again. I might have. Yeah, I did. This one does not look like it's worth learning. Hello, Yoko Pinata, what's up? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Hey, Robbie, what's up? do you happen to raid or something? Because I don't have a Twitch API up. So I didn't get a message, but welcome at any rate. FGM is Fan Game Marathon. So I wanted, it was a raid, okay. Thank you for the raid. Whoever raided, I assume it was Robbie, but so yeah. 2 years ago I ran this main game at Fan Game Marathon, and I wanted to run the extra stage this year. But they asked for 20-minute runs, and with Patchy it ends up being like 12 minutes if I do it right. So I wanted to do some of these special as like extra. That way I could also give myself some buffer time, like some time to mulligan if I died a mid-boss or whatever. So I'm looking through these to find fun ones. I need to figure out if this is the same as the actual. So one of these coffins won't get a flower, and that's the one that'll be safe. So I gotta track that and follow it, and it spins at a spins at a random speed. Still don't have this extra. Are you playing the Steam version or the regular version? I wonder. Because I know the regular, like the non-Steam version, is way harder. Yeah, I tend to agree. Probably this game was a cool idea, but once you learn it, it's like everything is tap dodging, and you're like, why? I did not see where it went. I have free RNG because it's going so slow, and I just have no idea where the safe spot is. I disagree with that. I hated FDF2. Like, I'm like, my main Toho game is Perfect Cherry Blossom, so you'd think I would like FDF2 more than this game, but FDF2 is too much flash at the expense of substance. Like, so many things were just like unnecessarily complex, and it made it harder to understand it and also dodge. Like the sheep attacks from Hype are just like, what are those hitboxes? I don't want to learn that in stage 1. Obviously go to where I was. Mostly it's screwed by the stage more than Flandre. Yeah, the stage is tough. It's way easier with Patchy. So I was kind of trying to learn the stage with a different shot type to make it, because like Patchy quick kills all of Flandre's attacks, so I either have to like filibuster or just like try to play it with a weaker character, but I don't know, it was very hard to do the stage without Patchy. So I only have one part where I care about the auto-collect in the main game. I can show that off real quick. If I remember, I haven't played this main game in a while. I forgot how many enemies spawn. But yeah, it's right in stage 1. I stop shooting at a certain point, like right when this guy dies. I just stop shooting till this guy comes back, and then it sets me up to auto collect. Well, I died, so I lost my meter, but I was gonna auto collect right there, so I don't have to fly across the screen, because Patchy sucks on stage 1 because she doesn't have her charge shot yet. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, what I don't like about this game is it very much feels like their first bullet hell. Because every time you like pause, it takes like a minute to be able to do anything. So I'm like pausing, mashing R, and then like eventually it will reset. It just takes so long to reset. Yeah. And this game actually, like when you play SA, like there's enough pause between each attack that you can get the star and it's not a big deal. In this game, a lot of the attacks, like getting the star requires routing, because the next attack just starts and you'll miss it if you're just like, oh, I'll get it when it comes. But anyway, let's go through this. I'll do a practice run. So this is Fantastic Danmaku Festival Extra Stage. So the main game's plot is something to the effect of some scent was making the yokai go crazy, and you beat up your boss Vermilia to stop her. The extra stage is sort of a continuation of that. The little sister is sort of prone to going crazy on her own, so we're kind of concerned that maybe she got a whiff of the scent. You might notice that there's not a lot of bullets on the screen if I don't kill the enemies. This game puts the shoot 'em up in shoot 'em ups. A lot of people think these games are more like dodge 'em ups. You just kind of have to dodge, but this stage very much exemplifies the shoot 'em up aspect, where you're trying to position yourself to kill the right enemies, and if you don't do that, God help you. Like these butlers that shoot these blue bullets, I'm not even gonna bother killing them. They don't affect my life at all. I'm gonna let them go home, have supper with their kids. The ones that shoot the red bullets are in my way. I have to kill them. Alright, here is Mei Ling, the first mid-boss. She's got this pretty rainbow Danmaku. I will warn, for her next attack, there's going to be a flashing light warning. I would not recommend looking at this one. Don't look at the top of the screen. If you have sensitivity to flashing lights, just look away. I'll let you know when it's safe. Really. Doesn't bother me too much because I'm looking at the bottom of the screen where my character is. Part of playing shmups is limiting your focus, because you'll just get brain flooded if you pay attention to every little thing. Alright, here is the stage portion. Notice how many bullets these enemies spawn, and I'm like doing my best to kill them quickly. If you don't end up killing one, let's say you miss a fireball charge, the screen will get flooded real fast. Sort of the paradoxical thing about this stage and this shot type is the less impressive it looks, the better I'm playing. Sort of a thing that's typical with a lot of shmups is if it looks like I'm playing well, it's probably a sign that I'm not. Like, you want to make it look effortless, because a lot of shmups are sort of designed that, like, once you know the trick, you can sort of just make it easy for yourself. You're not, like, meant to bash your head against the wall. You're meant to figure out a way to not bash your head against the wall. Oh, I shot too soon. This enemy is going to fill the screen, but there's a nice little safe spot. I'm still going to try to kill him as fast as possible with lasers, because the next part is way easier the sooner I can get out of here. So it's going to be a big tap dodging section. I want to start on one side of the screen to just give me more room to tap dodge. If I started in the middle, I'd run up against a wall and probably die. Alright, here we are at the second mid-boss, Sakuya. She fills the screen with these RNG knives, and then she shoots an aimed burst of cards at you. Just sort of gotta scout your safe route. And this attack looks flashy, but she just kind of aims a bunch of stuff at you, and you just have to know to aim it all to one side and then move to the other. Alright, and here we are at the boss, Flandra Scarlet. So, as with most extra stages, most of the stage is just the boss. It's just sort of like a boss gauntlet. These patterns in between are called non-spells. They're kind of basic. They'll get more complex, but there's not much to say about them. Here we are at the first spell card, Rose Dungeon. I'm trying to quick kill. I missed it by a sliver. But yeah, those... She sort of like walls off the screen with the roses that turn into chains, and then the roses sort of home in on you, so you have to find like a route of escape. But you can kill her all in one cycle with Patchy's lasers. This one, these red spinning things are static, and the purple ones are aimed at you, so I just sort of alternate between two safe spots to sort of just make it loop infinitely on itself. I basically turn an aimed attack into a pattern attack by coming at it this strategy. Speaking of pattern attacks, this is all pattern. You just gotta know when to go and when to hide, but you just stay in the middle, and the lasers kill her way too fast because Patchy is very strong. They do nerf this sort of charge attack in the next game, but not in this one. Alright, so this one is another one where we go for the quick kill. She sort of, it's like triple aim. She surrounds you with bullets, and then she shoots aimed stuff that turns into fire, which then scatters based on how you aim it, but we're just trying to kill it in one thing so we don't have to loop it, which is pretty easy with this shot there. Yeah, like Reimu's homing amulets in Imperishable Night, but most of the people at the marathon won't know that. So this one, Flandra comes down to where we are based on our X coordinate, so we try to stay off to the side. I'm missing all my charges. And then that way when she shoots out these bubble bullets, and they'll have time to spread out, and they won't just like pile up on top of us. Moving her to the side obviously makes it a little slower, but it makes it so you don't have to dodge, and it sort of goes with what I said earlier, where I'm not trying to do dodges, I'm trying to set up nice situations for me. Right, this is the bitrate killer attack. If you don't know what's going on, don't worry, neither do I. It's just like a mess of fire effects and glow and I don't know. It's easy enough to dodge, but it's sort of just a mess. Visual challenge. Alright, Victim Vortex has these spinning wheels of death again, but if you go to the center, they despawn. Nothing explains this to you, you just gotta figure it out. You have to despawn at least one in each ring to get through, but it's up to you to figure out to do more. I'm gonna leave this star because it's too far to the side. This is the hard non-spell. I barely died. Alright, so Empty Coffin 13. Oh my goodness, that's a fast one. She fills all but one of these with the rose, and you have to find it and stay in front of it. It's the left? I think it's this one. You have to find it, stay in front of it, track it with your eyes, all while dodging crosses. And the speed, which one it goes in is random, the speed that it moves is random. So we might just get some really slow ones that are nice and easy, or we might get them to spin at light speed and be impossible to track. It's just up to RNG. I think it's to the left. Well, I missed it anyway, so that's cool. I think it's this one. Yeah, it does sort of flash a bit to let you know at the end, but if you weren't tracking it, you might just not be able to get to it. Also, I'm using Patchy, who's busted everywhere else, but she's sort of just the slowest character, so some of them are just hard to keep up with her. Alright, Isolate Funeral, the second timeout card. The coffin one, I can't kill her, I just gotta wait for it to go. This one as well. We're gonna get this curving pattern. In fan games, people usually complain about curving, like it's a really hard thing. In shmups, it's not really that bad, honestly. You just have more directions you can move in and no gravity to contend with, so curving ends up being fine, but it's still a little tricky. Then we get to the second part where these roses sort of home in on you, so you just try to find a way to move and deal with that. And then towards the end it adds these crosses that keep you from just like camping in the same spot. Usually not crazy, but this, yeah, the rose hitboxes are pretty big, and I'm gonna die. Okay, we got it. Yeah, so that's the last three attacks. This is the final attack, by the way, are the gauntlet. I can deathless up to the last three attacks somewhat consistently, but I just gotta get through this, and it's rough. Yeah, this attack, the more I damage it, it will like switch between patterns and get yeah, it'll get tougher. If I don't shoot, it just gets tougher on its own, so there's no like way to cheese it and just like dodge forever on the first part. They made sure of that. So I'm just gonna try to kill it fast, not mess around. So I am barely short a life. I'd get another extend if I grabbed that star that I skipped, which is unfortunate, but sometimes you can't get them all. But we're getting into close to the end. Just barely clipped. But yeah, that was most of the stage. This is the extra stage, so I cannot continue. You're not allowed to credit feed on the extra, but I was close enough for government work. Like, the goal was to show off the stage, and that's what I was able to do. So unfortunately I don't get the clear, but it's just a little bit more of that. So now that that's done, I wanted to go to the spell card challenges. This is just a little bit more extra content. So this works sort of like the photo games. It's sort of plug and play. You get to like go to this menu and pick an attack, and you get to just practice it as much as you want. I'm going to show off a couple that I think are a little bit cool. So this one is all fluff and no substance. It looks crazy, but you just tap dodge. And then you do have to, find a way to turn around, but for the most part, it's pretty easy. But you can understand. This is the first boss, by the way. You can understand why they didn't make that part of the main game. Which one is next? No, these are not in the main game. So here we have Shattered Stardust. There's a couple ways to do this. So this is very much like a spell in the main game, but this is a timeout spell where the other one has HP and you can kill it. So if I so one of the strats is to spin around like that. If I don't focus, my sprite disappears, only my hitbox is there. So if I, you can't see me if I don't focus. So I'm gonna try to be focused, though sometimes you have to let go and make a quick dodge. See this, if you can see the sort of like fire on the boss, that is the scent. Not all the enemies in the game have it. It only affects some of them. But it's... this one does. So yeah, there's a couple ways to do this. You can do the spin strat. It is kind of tough because the explosions that come out are random, and they kind of look like... so when the explosion happens, it turns into like aqua bullets, but the ones that will become explosions are like teal, and they look very similar. So it's like... And they all kind of blend into the background a little bit, so you just gotta notice this minute difference while also dodging. But it's sort of just... A lot of it's RNG. Just gotta hope to get good RNG. It's nice that you can just keep trying, but anyway, I'm not gonna focus on... I'm not gonna focus on clearing these. I'm just gonna show them off a couple times, and if I don't get it, I don't get it. Do Sun Eye with this. Alright, so in this one is mainly an aimed attack, but after that you get this thing that sort of tracks where you moved. So the aimed attack sort of forces you to move around a bit to dodge it, but you're incentivized to move less to make this, follow in your footsteps part easier. And it might look like I'm just sort of tap dodging randomly, but I have a certain spot where I move up to here. Did it a little early, but I move up to make the pattern easier to dodge through. I'll try this one more time. It's not like that. It's not about. Oh, I did not start this the right spot. It's not about clearing. It's about showing them off. But a lot of these special spell cards are a bit learny, and it kind of makes sense why I didn't make it into the main game. And this menu is awful, by the way. It always starts you up at stage 1, not where you were last, because it would just make too much sense to be back where you were last. Okay. a cool attack. Much like the Flandra attack where I lure her to the side, I'm trying to lure Mei Ling to the middle because it just makes it so that this is sort of evenly dispersed. Also, being in the middle lets me... with Marissa's shot, it's just a straight laser, so you want to be dead center with the boss. Oh, I could have maybe killed. She has like 1 HP left. So this is a kind of neat attack. This is a timeout as well. So timeouts work a lot like avoidances in fan games, where it's just, you just gotta survive. And it's sort of the same problem with them in shmups. It's like you come up with all these cool ideas for avoidances, and then you go to put them in your game and you realize your game is worse because it's full of avoidances. So they probably just made these, and then it was like, oh, it's probably better to just throw these in the challenges where they won't hurt anyone that doesn't want to be hurt. But yeah, this one's not too hard to dodge. There's bullets coming from all directions, but it's kind of predictable. Certainly not, the freest thing in the world, because there's bullets coming from all sides, but it's not that crazy. But yeah, the more attacks like this you put in your game, the tougher it is, because you have to either feed it bombs or learn the whole pattern, and at the end of the game ends up being 20 minutes. It's just the whole problem of having something super learny at the end of an avoidance, but you put that avoidance in a 20-minute auto scroller. It just amplifies it. I think this is the one I want to do with Rainbow. Alright, so this one is a neat little... so these hands don't show up in the main game, but they're in a couple of these extra ones. I imagine they were intended to be part of the main game, but for whatever reason they didn't make it. What am I doing? But yeah, this is sort of just an aimed attack. But you'll notice that I'm off to the side, not really dealing damage to the boss. Oh, got pumpkins. Pumpkins are RNG. The hands are... the pumpkins don't really bother you because they're on the side, but the hands are just aimed at you. So I can just sort of... the goal is to loop this infinitely and just sort of eventually kill her with my homing damage that Reimu has. It's a little tricky because slight variations can make the hands appear in different spots, and if I'm a little bit late to my next mark, it kind of messes up the pattern, or a little bit early. At any point I could just go to the middle to try to get more damage in, but that's gonna just mess up the pattern, so you just... oh my goodness. Alright, not having the best time with that, so I'm just gonna skip it, but... alright, this one's just a fun one. I don't think this is... I don't know that this is good, but it's funny, if nothing else. So this guy, starts following you, and then he gets hands, and he's just trying to hug you. We've all been there, just, running around in this giant pumpkin sprout's hands, just like, give me a hug. Just, no, I don't want to hug you. This is unwanted physical contact. you're bothering me, pumpkin. You just have to know roughly when he respawns. Alright, I'm not gonna do that one again. Because it's that one's more just for fun. Was it this one? I know this one. Alright. So this is a slightly interesting one. She shoots these aimed at you, and then this whole pattern is based off of where you aim them. And you want to be as close to the middle as you can to dodge the blue part. Because it comes from each side. Hopefully that doesn't mess up this next one. Okay. But yeah. I'm having a little trouble. This is another sort of... It's aimed at you, but you're trying to make it into a pattern. Okay, slight adjustment. But yeah, it's pretty tough. Right. This one looks very cool. So the lasers sort of form the clock hands. The bubbles are aimed at you, and the cards are just sort of random, and they turn into knives when they hit the edge. The thing I can show off is hopefully the clock. The clock will tick past you. It doesn't like... It like despawns the laser and respawns it. It's not like a continuous thing. But you don't want to be on that side because you have less room to dodge. But when it gets to the bottom, it might be helpful. You're just sort of surviving the minute of the clock. It does eventually like change speeds, but for the most part, it's sort of just this for a minute. I think at the thirds of the minute it changes. Oh my goodness. But yeah, not gonna do too much more of that. Alright. So these bats will kill you. Just a little grief thing at the beginning if you're not expecting it. So they're gonna spin around and spawn these knives. And there's a character in Toho 15 called Doremi Sweet who has a pattern that's kind of like this, where it like goes around you and spins, and you just gotta like know how to spin with it. It's a really cool pattern. I don't know if they intended to give an homage to her in this game. I don't even know if Toho 15 was out when this game came out. But it's a nice little effect. It's fun. But she does have HP, but it kind of just plays like a timeout card where you can sort of speed it up by moving less if you want to be in front of her, but it's mostly just knowing when to let the bullets go past you and when to dodge through them. Alright, and If I don't have enough time, I won't get to all of them, but this one's... yeah. Alright, so she's gonna spawn these aimed shots at you and then fill the screen with the stuff that makes it hard to dodge through. Alright. So I believe the one thing here that's in the main game is Empty Coffin 13. I don't know if this is exactly the same. It kind of looks different, but like I said, this attack is RNG, so I don't know if it's the same or different. It would be really nice if they had spell practice, which would just like let you practice all the spells. But instead of that, they have this mode which lets you practice spells that don't matter for practice because they're not in the main game. And this one's RNG, so you can practice it, but it won't really do you too much good. So yeah, this has been the run that I hope to do at Fangame Marathon. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I'm not going to show them all off. There's just no way I'd have time. I mean, I could submit like a long bit, but then I'd have to learn them, and I think a lot of these aren't worth learning. I think most of these aren't fun. So I don't know, what should I do? More of this, more extra. Any suggestions? I have two. I think I liked my first take better. I similarly didn't clear, but it'd be nice to get a clear. I kind of shambled at the end there. Like I didn't know which. I thought I wrote down which ones I wanted to do, but apparently I didn't. Now this attack is kind of cool looking, but it's like kind of garbage as an attack. It's a kind of neat concept, but like they needed to do a little bit more with it than this. Can do it all while focused. Like, I don't know, that might be neat to show off, but it's like not a good spell card by any definition. And then 23 and 25 have like 2 hitboxes, which is cool, but I don't want to learn them because they're pretty bad. Oh, I do have 21 and 22 written down. How did I... Losing my mind. 12 is maybe 9. Yeah, okay, I have them all written down on my pad. Maybe I'll just do a sun eye run. So here we are on the fantastic Maki Festival extra stage. Big part of this stage is making sure to be where the enemies are to kill them before they get their shots off, so they don't make you dodge like I'm doing. Because killing enemies is way easier than dodging bullets, and the enemies have to be alive to shoot, so I'm going to take a mulligan. I put a little extra time into my estimate to allow for mulligans with a little room at the end if we finish early. The main plot line of this game is Ascent was going around making the yokai go crazy, and we beat up Vermilia because she's smelly and trying to have a party or something like that. It doesn't make sense to me. But the extra stage is sort of the continuation of that. Vermilia's younger sister Flandra is known to be kind of crazy even without sense going around, so we want to check up on her and make sure she's not getting into trouble. You might notice that I'm avoiding killing those blue enemies because I don't need to. These blue bullets aren't really going to affect my life, whereas these red bullets are an issue, so I want to kill this middle enemy. Here's the first mid-boss, Mei Ling. She's got this pretty rainbow Danmaku. I will warn for the second attack, the one after this. So I used my mulligan, I'm not going to mulligan again. There's a flashing light warning. Don't look at the top of the screen if you have issues with flashing lights, or if you value your eyes. I'm not really bothered by it, but I don't look directly at it. I'm mainly looking at the bottom of the screen, trying to figure out where I'm meant to dodge. Flashing light warning over. So this part of the stage has these enemies that are going to flood the screen with bullets if I let them live. So I'm sort of just trying to do damage control. Kill the enemies that are going to cause me the most headaches, and you see what happens when I die and can't kill enemies. They just sort of cause problems. Alright. So this enemy is going to come on the screen. If I let it live, it'll kind of loop around the screen, including coming to the bottom, and it's very tough to dodge it. So Sunrise Shot does a pretty good job of just sort of always killing it, but notably if I move up to the top of the screen, I'll miss the shotgun effect, and it will survive. So it's important that I stay at the bottom of the screen. This enemy is going to fill the screen just like the others, so I'm going to try to kill it before I can do that. It's important on the last wave to focus on one side just so you make sure one of them dies. They both drop life pieces. Really. So this attack has a safe spot and I died even in the safe spot because I was slightly out of position. Yeah. And that caused it to aim differently. Ooh. Ah. Yeah, that bubble bullet's not supposed to be dead center, but since I died and moved around a bunch, kind of ruined the pattern. Ugh. But yeah, that's why I don't want to do it with Sun Eye, because the stage portion is way, way harder. I mean, I think there's a slight trade-off. I think it's slightly easier to do the timeouts with not patchy, and the timeouts are like the hardest part. But the stage is really early. I think Sun Eye's the next best because she can handle the mid part of the stage. Like, she can kill all those enemies. It's not nearly as easy as Patchy where you just spam fireballs, but it's doable. The song's a banger. My favorite song in the game. Would you call this part a drop? When it just like changes to this? Alright. That's gonna be it for me. Thank you all for watching. I got a couple takes. I'll have to edit them to be their own videos if I want to submit, but I think one of those will be good enough to submit and show off. I'd like to get one where I clear, but I think I would use bombs in the marathon if I'm like about to game over. I would just like switch to using bombs, though I don't really know how to in this game. Because when I played this game on even the main game, I just did no bomb normal runs, no bomb hard runs, then no bomb lunatic. Like, I never did a bomb run. I just knew I was submitting a no bomb run to the marathon, so I just like only practiced no bomb. But yeah, anyway. That's gonna be it for me. Thanks for watching. I've taken a bit of a break from shmups, and it's nice to get back to them. I miss Toho. I think I'm gonna be doing this game. If it gets in the marathon, I'm gonna be doing, more extra until the marathon, just to like, I want to consistently clear it. That's the goal. But after that, I might try to do Essay Lunatic or something. That's sort of like where I stopped in Toho when I was actually playing it consistently, so I might try to get back into that. There's also 10 Desires Hard. I still need to do Yomu, but I want to save that for when I go to 10 Desires Lunatic, so I don't know. Oh. And then there's also, I probably should play Toho 16 and 17 and 18 at some point in my life. So maybe I just do those normals in preparation for Toho 19 coming out. I don't know. I have so many things I could be doing, and these are just things. MS Lunatic. I also haven't played any of. I've played some of the PC98s, but like one or two credits, and I was like, eh, I should probably try those at some point as well. I'm sure I'd like at least a couple of them. The only Toho game that I've played, I guess there's two. The only main Toho game that I've played that I'm not interested in is Double Dealing Character. And if Seijo wasn't in that game, I would be happy enough to play it, but reverse controls, not my jam. And like the thing about Sage is that if Zun put her in the extra stage, I'd be fine with it because extra stages are supposed to be weird, but not enjoying spending 15 minutes playing through a game and then having my controls change. And it's its own little thing that I'd have to practice a bunch. And like practicing it isn't really like there's spell practice in that game, I think, but like spell practice doesn't help because the whole joke of it is that you're playing normally and then your controls change. If you just practice the part where your controls are different, it defeats the purpose. But I could learn it, but I don't want to. But yeah. Anyway, I'm bad at goodbyes. I should probably just end the stream. So thank you all for watching. Thank you again, Ravi, for the raid. Yeah. I'm hoping to submit this game to Fan Game Marathon. I think people enjoyed my run 2 years ago, but it might be a tough sell to have them accept the same game because it might not be obvious what an extra stage is. I don't know. They don't really know Toho stuff, but while I'm bad at saying goodbyes, I did also submit myself for the Fish Out of Water event, which is like they'll have me play some other game, like a Super Mario 64 ROM hack, or probably not I Want to Be the Guy, because I have a little bit of experience in that, but like they'll have me play if I get accepted. They'll have me play, a Celeste ROM hack, or whatever the third person who enters does, and then someone will be doing a shmup or some other Toho fan game. Last year there was a Toho guy, but he didn't play shmups, so I had to recommend some shmups for them to do. And that's tough because a lot of fan game shmups are awful and not beginner friendly. But we'll see when we get there. But hopefully I get to do that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop streaming. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.